back hits brought to you by Hit After Hit. Lem Pilkington providing sporting goods to all manner of baseball players. Pitch in the dirt, blocked nicely by Posey. Thrain drove one out to center field, just a little bit to the right of dead center over the glove of Maseki. He has power to that opposite field. Looks at a strike at the letters. Count goes 1 ball, 1 strike on deck, Easton Denning. Runner goes, pitch down low, and Plummer, a little bit of an awkward slide. Sorry I didn't get it over there. I was watching the game too much. No throw made. And a stolen base. Plum got a good jump. Now with 1 out, a little easier to drive in the run for Thrain if you get a ball in the outfield. He's going to do it. Fly ball out to center field. This should score Drew Plummer. Maseki's going to make the catch. And Plum will jog to the plate. And the Pioneers lead 6-0. Thrain with 2 RBIs. Brings up Easton Denning with the bases cleared. Denning grounded to the first baseman in his first appearance. One of 2 left-handed batters in the lineup. Looks at ball 1 outside. Some kind of off-speed straight pitch right there. Misses again outside. 330 down the lines, 375 in the alleys, 400 to dead center field. Big ballpark here at Lawson State, 3-0 count. To Denning with Hoover on deck. No home runs hit here yesterday, and really hadn't been a scare. 3-0 pitch. Want to stay away from the inside, and gets right on that outside corner. Denning ready to hit now with a 3-1 count, 2 out, nobody on. Pretty much the same pitch and a little more of a tail away from the batter, and we'll have another Full Count Ministries full count. Stay tuned after the game. We'll have the Full Count Ministries verse of the game. Tell you the one that the Full Count Discipleship group is working on these couple of weeks. And an awkward swing and a miss, apparently foul tipped into the glove for a swinging strikeout to end the inning. Goodman picks up his 3rd strikeout, but not before the Pioneers put 4 more on the board. 6-0, Vol State. We'll be right back after this message from Toyota of Gallatin.
I'm just talking to the into that thing. Yeah, I just got your audio going through it. Okay. So I'm not going out on you now, right? You've turned me on? Okay. All right. Hello, how you doing? Oh.
Hello, testing. Okay. live broadcasting on Lawson State's YouTube channel. So thanks to Kendall, the media specialist here. All kinds of equipment he's bringing to the table. Glad to provide a little audio. First pitch from Jack McGlory and Will Elrod, who was sitting over in the dugout for the first three batters. Sees that Jack McGlory is going to go right at the hitters, so he takes a hack at the first one that he sees. Fouled it straight back. And that one might have winked at the outside corner. The umpire said, close enough for me. I'll call it a strike. Elrod 1 for 5 in yesterday's game. It was a double. Drove in 2 runs in the 4-run 7th. High fly ball to left field. Gage Hoover looking up into the Birmingham sky, and he dropped the ball. Yesterday he did the same thing and caught the ball, but he's looking up, and then it's like he's 2 steps too far to the right. So that will be a 2-base error on Gage Hoover to allow Elrod to reach base. And Jesus Masecki will step in. Masecki 1 for 2 yesterday. He had one of the 5 doubles collected by Lawson State. They had, I think, 1 double coming in the first 2 games. They 5 in yesterday's game. Breaking pitch right over the dish for a called strike. Masecki, from a sophomore from Miami, Florida. The center fielder on deck is Daniel Posey. So McGlory going to have to work out of some trouble here. Plummer makes a nice stop there on a low fastball. Ball and a strike. So Gage Hoover in left, Devin Thrain in center. Reed Mashinsky playing pretty deep out in right field. Both Hoover and Thrain like maybe average depth. Actually, Hoover looks to me like he's maybe a little too shallow. Swing and a miss on a sidearm breaking pitch. McGlory will pull that out from time to time. Got a couple different arm angles. Not a big fella. 6'1", about 170. Tough as nails, though. Son of a coach. Head coach at Independence High School. Mike, his dad, was his coach. Out to left field. Hoover coming on. Won't be able to get that one. It'll hit the ground, and bases will be runners at the corners. First base hit of the ball game for Lawson State is a little looping line drive out to left field. Elrod will stop at third. Now runners at the corners with Posey at the plate. 2 in the first for Vol State, 4 in the second. A 1-2-3 inning, and now after an error and a base hit, Jack McGlory pitching with 2 on and nobody out. Drills that river outside for a called strike. Call the area between the outside or the inside of the plate and the white line on the batter's box. Umpires call that the river. Throw over to first. Back safely is Masecki. And clearly in JUCO ball, that's fair game, especially on the outside corner. Maybe not so much from the inside zone, but ball 2 or so as that one gets right on the outside corner for a called strike. McGlory gets ahead 0-2, needs a strikeout. If he's going to try to get out of the inning, it would be helpful. Infield playing double play depth will concede the run of the throw over to first. Lawson State 0-3, Vol State 1-0. Just getting the 2025 season started. Lawson State started in January. Vol State wanted to wait till that warmer weather. February. 64, supposed to be 68 today. There's a ground ball right back to the pitcher. Going to go to second. Oh, the Cardinals sin. for Lawson State to allow the double play without scoring the run. That is not going to make Coach Roberts happy, I don't think. But right back at McLaury, he never had even looked at third base and able to get the 1-6-3 do that double play. Now 2 down. And a runner still on third brings up Elijah Evans. And he's burying those pitches on that outside corner. Evans 1 for 4 in yesterday's contest, scored a run, drove in a run in the 7th. 2 outs, 1 runner on, swing and a miss. In the infield, Hudson Blank at third, Tucker Lorenz at short, Elijah Harris at second, Easton Denning at first base. That's an all-freshman infield. And behind the plate is the graybeard Plummer, who makes the tag on the half swing and a strikeout, and Jack McLaury comes back and gets it done. After the first 2 runners reach base, he picks up his third strikeout after the 1-6-3 double play, able to strand a runner, no runs, 1 hit, 1 error, and 1 runner left on base. We are through 2, scheduled for 7 here in game 1. Vol State leads 6-0. You're listening to the Vol State Sports Network and the Lawson State YouTube channel. Thanks for joining us. With you this afternoon for a doubleheader between Vol State and Lawson State. Glad to have you joining us on the Vol State Sports Network on YouTube and Lawson State YouTube. Addison Goodman back out for his 3rd inning of work. Gets a breaking pitch in there to Gage Hoover for a called strike. Hoover grounded out to Nunley at short, drove in a run in the 1st. Here's a ground ball. That's going to get by Nunley this time. Gage Hoover picks up his 2nd hit of the year. Expecting a big year from Hoover. Right there in the middle of the lineup, along with this freshman Hudson Blank, who led the team with 22 hits in the fall. Blank can play 2nd, 3rd. He can get behind the plate. Swings and fouls, or pops that one up to the right side. It's going to be a tough play for Devin Lee. All the way out, he makes a diving play. Nice play by Devin Lee to rob Hudson Blank of at least a base hit, maybe extra bases. Put a star by that one for Lawson State's defense. That'll bring up Scotty Dean. Hoover had to remain at first base. Dean looks at a breaking pitch in the dirt. Scotty 6'2", 230, played for Chat State last year in the TCCAA, had an excellent year. 47 games played, 39 starts. There's another one. It gets by the catcher, but Hoover not able to move up. Dean had 128 at-bats, collected 40 hits, 8 doubles, a triple, 4 big flies, 37 RBIs, and walked 34 times. Swing and a miss, and the ball in the dirt. Fooled on a 2-0 pitch. Flew out to center field leading off the second. He's a general studies major at Vol State, the son of Wynn and Katie Dean. Has an older brother, Carter. Throw over to first, and Hoover back. Gage 1 for 1 in stolen bases a year ago. Swing and a miss on a changeup. Scotty wanted to get back closer to home, and Gallatin a lot closer to Clarksville, Tennessee than Chattanooga is. 2-2 pitch. Runner goes. Pitch is fouled straight back off the concrete wall. Hoover will have to return to first. Apparently there are rules against going to second base on foul balls down here in Alabama. Pretty stringent outfit they have here. Some states like to play a little more fast and loose. That's probably Savannah, probably a rule in Savannah baseball or something. 2-2 pitch. We'll try it again, see if Hoover's off. He does not look like he's ready to go. Popped up in the infield. Barnes over into the outfield grass, and it's going to be all him. He makes the play for the second out. So a leadoff single by Gage Hoover, and that fly out to right and a pop out to second brings up Elijah Harris, who's seen all of one pitch in his collegiate career. And he singled up the middle. Elijah played in 19 games in the fall. Looks at a first pitch strike. Hit .333, was on base over .450 in his 42 at-bats, 14 hits, 3 doubles. Also had a home run and 9 RBIs, 9 walks. When he hits, or when he swings, he means it. Not a big frame out of Cynthiana, Kentucky, but there is a lot of aggressiveness. He swings on purpose. 0-1 pitch. The throw over as Hoover scampers back to the bag. 2 outs. Harris with an 0-1 count. Outfielder straight away. Runner takes off. Pitch is taken. Throw down to second is bounced and not in time. Hoover picks up a stolen base. And Harris now has an opportunity to drive in a run with another hit. Maybe he can do what Easton Denning did yesterday in his first 2 collegiate at-bats, collect 2 singles. This pitch is close. Harris is going to be hacking. It's a breaking pitch, tough pitch to go after that. I think he was probably looking fastball. Nice slider there by Addison Goodman, the freshman, pitching, starting for his second time in the 4th game. Harris check swing. Goodman starts off the mound. They do appeal. Base umpire says he did not go. That was very close. Jim McGuire, the head coach, down at third base coach's box. Lucas Wilburn in his first year as a volunteer assistant with Vol State. From Gordo, Alabama, he's handling the first base coaching box. Slider swung on and foul tipped into the mitt. And after giving up the single, Goodman comes back to retire 3 straight. Picks up his 4th strikeout. A really nice slider that he snapped off. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, 1 runner left on base. We are through 2.5. Vol State leads 6-0. You're listening to the Vol State Sports Network and Lawson State, the YouTube channel as well. Leading off the bottom of the 3rd, Devin Lee gets his first at-bat against Jack McLaury. McLaury misses down low for the first offering in the bottom of the 3rd. Cougars down 6-0 here early. Drill down to third base. Blank able to make the grab, and his first throw over to first base in his collegiate career is right on the mark for out number 1. Lee smoked that one, but right at the third baseman. See if I got any intel on Devin Lee. Wallace State Hanceville, apparently a transfer. Now number 9 hitter, shortstop Cam Nunley steps to the plate. So a called strike on a fastball. Nunley 1 for 3 in yesterday's 9-inning contest. That was a double. Scored 2 and walked once. Played an excellent shortstop. There's a drop down sidearm breaking pitch. Might be playable. Denning looking up into the sun in the sky and able to make the catch. I thought it actually hit the ground, but right before the fence. He makes the catch, obviously out of your view. Don't have ESPN here at Lawson State Community College today, and maybe Kendall on his camera would have had that. Maybe on maybe did you have that on Lawson State's feed? Because I'm only looking at Vol State's camera feed. Another pop-up that'll get out of play by the leadoff batter Bryson Barnes. So being simulcasted on the Vol State Sports Network, we have 3 cameras, the center field camera and 2 behind home plate. Sidearm breaking pitch stays up high. Count goes 1 ball, 1 strike. 2 outs, nobody on, bottom of the 3rd. In game 1 of the doubleheader, McLaury giving up 1 hit through the first 9. Close breaking pitch there taken as Barnes' backside was backing out of the batter's box there. Glory doesn't bring it up there to high 80s or anything. He's probably mid 80s. Out back just got the top of the fence behind home plate and eked over. But he's got a very good breaking pitch, and he comes at you at a couple different angles, so very deceptive. It's not going to overpower you, but you see those breaking pitch, breaking pitch, breaking pitch. The fastball looks a little bit faster. So he'll take some velocity off those breaking pitches at times as well. Some look more like sliders, and some are up there at a slower pace like that one was that was fouled to the dugout. Barnes struck out swinging in the first. Glory thought he had one there, but instead we're going to have another full count, Ministries full count. Barnes, a sophomore from Gardendale High School. 1-2-3 inning in the first. McLaury trying to get another one here in the third. And walks. Barnes, his first walk of the contest, tried to nip that outside corner or maybe get a swing on a pitch diving out of the strike zone. And Isaiah Sims will get an at-bat here in the second inning. He struck out looking in the first. Glory 3 strikeouts and now 1 walk. Swinging a foul tip into the mid. Drew Plummer behind the plate today, a utility player for Vol State. J.C. Menendez caught game 1 yesterday. Not sure who Coach McGuire's got. Not sure if he'll try Hudson Blank behind the plate or get Menendez. Nice stop there by the redshirt sophomore. Supposed to have 68 degrees for a high temperature here in Birmingham. Glory misses again. Another ball in the dirt, 2 balls and a strike.
Go, Jack. Come on, get it.
Sims, a transfer from Coastal East Community College. Glory will throw over to Denning. Chase Barnes back to first base. Barnes had a stolen base in yesterday's game. Does not go here. Swing and a miss. Thought he might have got a piece of that. Only the second stolen base of the year, yesterday's contest of the 3 games that they've played. Runner goes here. He had a really bad start, but it doesn't matter. Breaking pitch into the dirt. Plummer tried to backhand that one. It'll be a stolen base again for Barnes. And the count will go full. Full count, Ministries full count. Thanks to Full Count Ministries, based in Middle Tennessee and just outside of Nashville and Hendersonville, Tennessee. A lot of the equipment we use here on the Vol State broadcast. Foul tipped in and out of the glove as Sims stays alive. A lot of this equipment purchased by or for Full Count Ministries, which has a summer collegiate team now back in the Ohio Valley League. Played a year in the Prospect League last year after 2 years in the OVL. And broadcast, it's where I got my broadcast start, actually. Had to do something in retirement. Full count. Another foul ball as Sims stays alive. I don't have height and weight for the Lawson State folks, but he's pretty well put together. Isaiah Sims. He gets a hold of one. I'm sure the park wall hold it, but so far, McLaury with a couple looks back and breaks off another curveball as some of the Cougars hopping in the third base dugout. Ty Roberts coaching down at third. He'll retrieve that one. Wes Riley, the assistant coach, handling first base coaching duties. And another full count pitch from McLaury. Sims making him work. Popped up and out of play as that will get over the fence. Young lady from the stands, she was hustling after that one. Whoever number 5 is said, you go ahead, you got it. He came out of the dugout. Thrain in center field moved over well into left center field. Hoover still playing fairly shallow in left. Mashinsky playing the deepest of any of the outfielders in right field. Another full count pitch from McLaury. Breaking pitch popped up on the right side, and Mashinsky's got a long way to go, and he's going to come in and make the catch for out number 3. Wasn't sure he was going to be able to get in that far, but that fly ball was up high enough, and McLaury pitches around a 2-out walk. No runs, no hits, no errors. 1 runner left on for the Cougars. Vol State with 2 in the first, 4 in the second, lead 6-0. You're listening to the Vol State Sports Network and Lawson State YouTube channel. Tim Reese back at Lawson State. Vol State will send 8, 9, and 1 to the plate. Tucker Lorenz looks at the first pitch outside. Lorenz walked and scored in the second. Addison Goodman still on the mound for the Cougars and gets the call on that outside pitch. Count goes 1 ball, 1 strike. Have to check my emails. I've got my email address up there if you want to join the show. Send me a note, give you a shout out. TurboTax has chimed in. Wait a minute, that's a different email address. 1-2 pitch coming to the freshman left-handed hitting shortstop as he waves at a changeup outside. Back-to-back strikeouts for Goodman. He now has 5 for the ball game in 3 1/3. It brings up Reed Mashinsky. He had a big 2-run triple in the second inning. Vol State's second 4-run inning of the series. Overhand breaking pitch must have stayed high. So why do you call that a strike, Tim? Because I thought it was a strike from here. That's probably subliminally why I put the strike on there. Mashinsky slices one off to the right side. just missed outside. Goodman thought he had him another one. I wouldn't have been surprised if it was called. The count goes 2 balls and 2 strikes. The redshirt sophomore from Bradenton, Florida. That's a deep drive out to center field. Masecki playing a little bit deeper now. He goes back a few steps and makes the catch for out number 2. Drew Plummer will step in for the third time here in 4 innings. Scored both times he's come to the plate. Reached on a pass ball and a strikeout in the first and scored. Doubled, stole third, and scored on a Devin Thrain sac fly. Looks at a first pitch strike. Eben Hanson's mother listening in from Maynardville. Plum's going to take one on the thigh. That's what you like when you're behind the plate for 7 innings. Somebody hit me with a pitch. On base for the 3rd time, though. He's a tough guy. He can take it. First hit batter of the game for Goodman. A 2-out base runner brings up Devin Thrain. Carl Papp and Jane listening in from Maynardville. Those pitchers' parents get a little bit nervous when their sons are out on the mound. Ball, no strikes. We'll throw over to first. Plum back. He's got a stolen base today. Glad to have the Hanson family. Closer play there at first. Goodman with a wide open set there to begin. He is now come stretched a little bit too early for Thrain, who asked for time. Now Devin is set in the box. Goodman comes set on the mound and delivers. Thrain did not swing. Pitch called a strike. Isaiah Sims in left. Jesus Masecki in center. Devin Lee in right. Runner goes here. Pitch is drilled out to left field. That is a deep shot. It's got a chance. It's off the wall. Thrain going to pick up another extra base hit. Cruises into second base with a 2-out run scoring double. And Vol State now leads 7-0. He's got two baggers and an RBI in each of his first 3 plate appearances. 2 doubles and a sac fly. That had a chance to get out of here. Hit about midway up the left center field fence out in the 375 sign. That brings up Easton Denning with a runner in scoring position. Starts him off with a changeup, and Denning able to lay off. Two in the first, 4 in the second. Now 1 here in the 4th. 7-inning game. Denning puts a charge in one out the deep center. Masecki backpedaling, still going, and makes the catch. Looks like he's either right at or on the warning track or a fly out. Pioneers scratch after 2 outs with a 2-out run scoring double by Devin Thrain. Yeah, there's the extra point that the Pioneers were looking for as they score 1 on 1 hit. No errors, 1 runner left on base. Heading to the bottom of the 4th, Lawson State looking to see if they can scratch one or 2 or more off of Jack McGlory, who's back out on the mound for the Pioneers. You're listening to the Vol State Sports Network and the Lawson State YouTube channel. We'll send 3, 4, and 5 to the plate. Silas Amick, Will Elrod, and Jesus Masecki against Jack McGlory, the sophomore from Independence High School in just south of Nashville, Tennessee. Sidearm delivery, fastball in there with a little tail action for a called strike. Amick flew out to left field in his first plate appearance. Amick, a redshirt freshman from Hueytown High School. Glory missing glove side there, low and away. Count goes 2 balls and a strike. There's a pitch on the outside corner, gets in there. Amick spoils a breaking pitch. I want to thank Toyota of Gallatin for their support of Vol State Athletics. Brand new scoreboards at the baseball complex and the softball complex, along with inside the Richard Moore Gymnasium. Low and away brings us to another full count, Ministries full count. Toyota Gallatin located right across the street from the eastern entrance of Vol State campus. 1435 Nashville Pike. Just a little bit down as McGlory tried to nibble at that outside corner. Loses Amick and a leadoff walk. Second walk of the game for McGlory brings up Will Elrod, who hit a high towering fly ball out the left field that Gage Hoover is having trouble looking up into the sky. Had an issue yesterday, and he gets another crack at it, but it's a line drive. That's going to get down, and Hoover collects it. There's a base hit for Elrod on the first pitch he sees, and the first 2 have reached for the Cougars. Now, activity in the Vol State bullpen brings up Jesus Masecki. He got the only hit of the ball game so far for Lawson State. They're going to pinch run here early for Silas Amick. He got pinch run for yesterday. And Wiley, was it Walker? There we go. Was a pinch runner in yesterday's game, came around to score, and he's getting another shot as he pinch runs here in the bottom of the 4th inning. He did not go into the game yesterday at first base. Carson Gilliland did. Right over for a called strike. Glory's already induced a ground ball double play, looking for another one here with nobody out, 2 on. Instead, going to get a pop up to the right side if it's in the infield, and it's not going to be an infield fly. Rolls Reed Mashinsky shows the hose off from right field after making the catch for out number 1. Not what Masecki was looking for there. Tried to shoot the gap to right center and ends up popping it up out to right field for the first out. And Daniel Posey, who did hit into the 1-6-3 dudette double play, stands in with 1 out and runners at first and second. Posey did not start yesterday's game, but came in the 7th as a pinch hitter and promptly doubled in a run. Got another at-bat in the 8th and had another double, so it's 2 for 2, now 2 for 3 on the season. Glory will look back to second, and he nearly hit Posey. On deck, Elijah Evans. Glory looking to stay low in the zone here, try to get that ground ball. There's a nice breaking pitch that Posey said, no, I think I'll wait for something a little straighter than that. Action pitch here, 2 balls and a strike. The 7-run deficit, I wouldn't expect the runners to be going. 2-1 pitch, fouled back. Long look in by Jack McLaury. Now he steps off. Back on the rubber, still looking in. Got to give a series of signs with a runner at second. He delivers. Breaking pitch swung on and missed. And there is out number 2. Now, Elijah, heard somebody call him Eli as well, so on the roster it shows Elijah. I think his teammates call him Eli. I've got a 5-year-old grandson. He's just Eli, though. He's not Elijah. Pops it up into center field. Devin Thrain putting his glove up to try to shield the sun, and he's going to make the catch for out number 3. Lawson State, first 2 reached in the inning on a walk and a single. A fly out, strikeout, and a fly out ends the threat. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, 2 runners left on base. We are through 4 innings now of this 7-inning game, heading to the 5th. Looks like we got a new pitcher on the mound. Tell you as much as we can about him when I return here on the Vol State Sports Network and Lawson State YouTube channel. All right. Pitching change for Lawson State Cougars, Alberto Gomez now on the mound. Pitching to Gage Hoover, and the first pitch is a breaking pitch in there for a called strike. Alberto is a right-handed pitcher from Hoover High School. He's a freshman. Delivers the first 2 pitches here in this game for called strikes. Let's see if Alberto is pitching for the first time. Little sidearm action right there like Jack McLaury. Gomez on for his first appearance as a collegiate player. Pitching from the stretch, the 1-2 pitch. Drilled down the right field line. Again, if that's fair, it's trouble. And it is fouled by inches. That hit right at the base of the fence. Hoover nearly had another base hit. Ball carried pretty well out to right field. Mashinsky hit one down that line a little bit straighter, more of a line drive, and it hit no more than a foot inside the fair line down the right field line. But Hoover didn't get the lucky bounce there. Swing and a miss on a high slider. And Alberto goes down swinging, or Alberto sends Hoover to the dugout swinging. Picks up his first collegiate strikeout. That'll bring up Hudson Blank to the plate. Blank, the Ball State third baseman, 0 for 2 with a strikeout and a flyout. It's a nice sliding or diving play by Devin Lee out in right field. Carson Gilliland is now taken over for Silas Amick at first base. That one was in the left-handed batter's box for a called strike. Popped out of play. Cal moves to a ball and 2 strikes. Thanks for joining us this afternoon. Game 1 of the doubleheader. Second game will begin, I assume, about 30 minutes. I lobby for at least 30 minutes between games. Try to choke down a protein bar or something. Swing and a miss on a ball, and Blank's going to say that he thought he foul tipped it. Home plate umpire had the safe call going, as though he did not, and of those 2 opinions, only one matters. And that is Mr. Umpire. So the first 2 batters that Gomez faces, he sends down swinging. That'll bring Scotty Dean to the plate. He's also 0 for 2. Fly out and a pop out. Got hit by a pitch yesterday on the hand. It's a tapper to the left side. It gloved in the hole by Nunley, but didn't get much on that throw. Very tough play. Infield single for Scotty Dean. So he's now 1 for 3. Picks up the 7th hit of the ball game for the Pioneers. Elijah Harris, who has 1 of those, will step to the plate. Gomez looks over to first and throws a breaking pitch a little too close to Harris. Back away. Hello to Aunt Connie and Uncle Sass, watching again from Loudon, Tennessee, rooting on Tucker Lorenz, who's in the on-deck circle. Glad to have you back for the 2nd day in a row. Thank you for the email to treesports@gmail.com. Throw over to first. Diving back is Dean. Two new coaches this year for head coach Jim McGuire. Not had a returning coach yet. Swing and a miss. Harris takes a hack. Pretty much entry-level positions, these assistant coaching positions in JUCO baseball, at least in Tennessee for the most part. Not everywhere, but sidearm breaking pitch swung on and missed. And Cal moves with 2 balls and 2 strikes quickly after Harris was up. Trevor Mutzi, the first-year pitching coach. Ross Spurgeon, Braden Kale, Sam Folks, and now Trevor Mutzi and Elijah Harris goes down looking as Alberto Gomez strikes out the side and giving up an infield single to Scotty Dean, but he stranded him. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, 1 runner left on base. We are headed to the bottom of the 5th, which is kind of like the 7th inning stretch, so we will get to our Allie Cassidy Brick and Stone Alumni Spotlight. Today's alumni player played for the Pioneers the last 2 years, Brody Melton from Tullahoma, Tennessee. He is now playing for the Milligan Buffs, the Buffaloes in Tennessee, and got his first hit in his first plate appearance in yesterday's contest. He's over there with former Vol State teammate Landon Luderman. And Brody Melton is our alumni spotlight. If you have a player that's in his 2nd or last year at Vol State, we'd like to get him an alumni brick in the alumni patio, thanks to Allie Cassidy Brick and Stone for their donation of a pallet of bricks. And it's $100 is all it is to get your son or your grandson's name and the years he played at Vol State and his position imprinted on those bricks. If you'll send me an email at treesports@gmail.com, I'll get you the information on how you can get that accomplished. Again, thanks to Allie Cassidy Brick and Stone, my buddy Randy West. They have been in business since 1879. That's right, I said 1879. Devin Lee stands in the bottom of the 5th, looks at a first pitch strike from Jack McLaury back out. He told me before the game, I said, hey, can you give us 4 or 5? And he said, how about I just go the distance? I said, well, Jack, don't get greedy. Swing and a miss on a breaking pitch. He's on a 75 pitch limit, not sure where he's at. Of all the things I do up here, I can't keep track of pitches as well. 0-2 pitch. Took a little bit off that, and Lee able to hold back. McLaury looking for the swinging strikeout there. Lee smoked one to third base in the 3rd inning. Batting for the 2nd time, gets the sweeper, apparently stayed down. McLaury thought he was going to get the call there. Lee playing in his first game of the year. It's the 4th for Lawson State. Pops one up on the right side. Easton Denning put that hand up again. Elijah Harris is going to call him off and loses his lid, but makes the catch just outside of the viewing area on the Vol State Sports Network. But the catch is made for out number 1. Superfan Paul White is here for today's doubleheader out of Huntsville, Alabama, the father of Parker White, who will be the starting pitcher for the Pioneers in Game 2. Swing and a miss by Cam Nunley. Number 9 hitter for the Cougars popped out to Denning in foul territory in his first plate appearance. Nunley picked up his first hit of the year in yesterday's contest. Started to go, held up. Drew Plummer pointed down to the first base umpire, and he went ahead and answered Drew. Didn't wait for the home plate umpire to ask him. 2-1 pitch, slow and away. McLaury with 2 walks in 3 batters between the 3rd and the 4th inning, but that's all he's passed on to the Cougars until that pitch. Fastball ran in back into Nunley. Nunley reaches base. And take a look down to the Summit Concrete bullpen to see that that's Braxton Alexander, redshirt sophomore from Cannon County High School in Tennessee, getting loose. Laurie might be getting a little tired, and his teammate for a couple of years, Drew Plummer, is going to go out and have a chat with him. And he's going to be joined by Trevor Mootsie, first-year pitching coach from Shaw, Mississippi. Finished his collegiate pitching career at Cumberland University. Had a little email traffic back and forth between his mother, Doreen Mootsie, who's down in Shaw. Hello to her and Michael, Trevor's parents. Also a shout out to Trevor's new bride, Sarah, who might be listening in. Could have gotten a little closer shot. I didn't do that for the Mootsie family. Next time he gets out there, I'll get over there on camera 3. Trevor pitched at Jacksonville State, also before that at Motlow State. After the visit, the 1-0 pitch coming from McLaurie catches the inside corner. That's the pitch that just missed to Nunley. Called a strike here to the leadoff batter, Bryson Barnes, is 0 for 1. Strikeout and a walk. In the 5th inning, sidearm delivery, fly ball out to right field. Reed Mashinsky over will make the one-handed grab for out number 2. That will bring up Isaiah Sims, who's 0 for 2. Also a strikeout victim in the first, but Jack McLaurie is not going to get a chance to pitch to him. Head coach Jim McGuire out of the dugout, and that will end the morning and afternoon for Jack McLaurie. An outstanding performance by McLaurie in his first outing of the year. As you see him walking off the field, and can't see all of his teammates, but they're all out of the dugout. They give him a high five. So we'll have a Summit Concrete call to the bullpen when we return on the Vol State Sports Network. All right. Braxton Alexander. Redshirt sophomore from Woodbury, Tennessee. Now a pre-nursing major, the son of Brian and Andrea Alexander. Big brother to Andrew. Hello to Papa and Mimi in Reedyville, Tennessee. Braxton was a medical redshirt last year, had 3 appearances his freshman year in 2023. 3 innings of work, 4 hits, and 3 strikeouts. In the fall, I had 10 games of 10-plus innings of work. Struck out 16 batters. And he is looking to get a good start to his final year of JUCO baseball. A Cannon County product. Left-hander Braxton Alexander, one-time public address announcer up at the Pioneer Field at the Tim Garrett Baseball Complex for Vol State, but that was last year. He's looking to get playing time now. 2 outs, a runner at first. Isaiah Sims to the plate. Fouls the first pitch he sees, straight back. I want to thank Summit Concrete. Also want to extend our condolences to the family and the group for the sudden loss of owner Chuck Akers during the Christmas break. Pitch down. Breeze picking up inside the press box here. Let's start tying down some papers. Alexander close stretch, and he throws one behind Sims. Down to second base goes Nunley on the wild pitch. So now runner in scoring position for the Cougars. Sims looking for his first hit of the 2025 campaign. Fastball misses out. So I can get the count up here. 3 balls and a strike. 2 outs, bottom of the 5th, scheduled for 7 innings here in game 1 of the doubleheader. Pretty close, but a little bit up. Ball 4. Alexander walks the first batter he faces. I'll bring up the new number 3 hitter, Carson Gilliland. They just now telling the umpire, I guess, that he came in the game, but he actually came in the top of the 5th. For Silas Amick. Amick goes 0 for 1 with a walk. Now runners at first and second, 2 out. Lawson State trying to get on the board. Alexander delivers high. Right-hander throwing now down in the Ball State bullpen. Count goes 2-0. Bryant Rascal, pitcher warming up down in the bullpen. His parents here in attendance. His brother Brady is a member of the Lawson State Cougars roster. Alexander misses, now down 3-0. All it takes, BA, is 1 pitch. Although I can't anticipate that Carson Gilliland is going to be swinging here, playing in his 3rd game. Also looking for his first hit. 3-0 pitch, swing, he miss. He is swinging. Will Elrod, the cleanup hitter, on deck. Gilliland yesterday got an RBI on a sacrifice fly in the 9th inning. Swings and fouls that one off as the runners were going on the pitch. They'll definitely be going here. Ty Roberts figuring that Alexander brings the ball into the strike zone. Gilliland's going to be swinging 3-1, just like he will 3-2. Full Count Ministries, full count. Carson Gilliland. Shows Gillian on the roster. And he's not going to get a chance to swing at that. Nearly gets plunked. That is ball 4. And usually that means a new pitcher's going to come in. Jim McGuire doesn't normally wait around, but 3 batters have walked in the inning. And they are on base for Will Elrod, who has a single in 2 trips. Reached on an error. Elijah Harris is going to come in and have a chat with Braxton Alexander. So a freshman, you don't see that very often, but it's an all-freshman infield for the Pioneers. Harris coming in to give some encouragement to 3-year player at Vol State. Blank at third, Lorenz at short, Harris at second, and Denning at first, all true freshmen. 1-0 count to the right-handed hitting DH, Will Elrod. Swing and a miss on a high fastball. They're going to go back. The back on the first base line, and the throwback is in time to pick off Gilliland. So Alexander gets some help from his defense. It's Drew Plummer nabs Carson Gilliland at first base and strands 2 runners. And Will Elrod with his bat in his hand. So a pickoff ends the inning. Vol State will take the 7-0 lead into the 6th. We'll be right back on the Vol State Sports Network and the Lawson State YouTube channel. For the Pioneers here in the top of the 6th inning, Alberto Gomez back out on the mound for his 2nd inning of work. Left-handed hitting Tucker Lorenz, 0 for 1 today, walked and a run scored. Looks at the first pitch way outside. Gomez dials it back over the plate, but it's a little low. Struck out 3 of the 4 batters he faced in his first appearance there in the 5th. Gave up an infield single into the hole to Scotty Dean. Nibbles at that outside corner in the river area there for a called strike. On deck is Reed Mashinsky. Lorenz takes a hack at a breaking pitch there, fouls it off the screen. Vol State scored 2 in the first, 4 in the second, and then another run in the 4th. They lead 7-0. Jack McLaury's day is over, and he had an outstanding outing. Popped up, this is playable. Posey throws his mask in foul territory, and a little bit of a stumble, but he makes the catch. For out number 1 in foul territory. Mashinsky will step to the plate. McLaury Went 4 2/3 innings. Gives up only 2 hits, no runs. Walked 3, struck out 4. Is in line for the win. Mashinsky steps to the plate, starts to go, and they're going to say he did go, or they being the home plate umpire. Not sure what personal pronoun he uses, so I'll go with they. Just kidding, he's a he. Changeup misses down. Have yet to see a female umpire yet in my 4 years. Have seen a female baseball player, though, last year, swinging and a miss. Olivia Pichardo, who played at Brown University last year in Division I baseball, left-handed swinging outfielder. As a matter of fact, I saw her hit a 3-run home run against Full Count Rhythm. Changeup catches that outside corner for a called strike. Mashinsky does not agree with that, but he's going to go down looking. And that is 4 of 5 outs recorded via the strikeout by Gomez. Now to the top of the order, Drew Plummer, the graybeard. Third-year player for the Pioneers, utility player. Takes a half-hearted hack there, the breaking pitch. .5'11", 170-pound redshirt sophomore, swing and a miss. Hello to Bobby, his dad in Spring Hill, his mom Stacy in Thompson Station. Sister Brennan and an older brother Robbie. Also to Poppy and Nana in Franklin, Tennessee. Hopefully they're home from church and able to tune in on the Vol State Sports Network as Drew looks at it, change up down. And also Papa Mike and Nana Sue in Hendersonville and Mimi in Spring Hill. 1-2 pitch, drilled out to left field, but it might stay up. Diving play out there by Isaiah Sims, and he took at least a single away from Plummer, probably extra bases. Nice play. We'll put a star on that one on the line out to left field to end the inning. Nice play by Isaiah Sims. Star play on the diving catch. 1-2-3 inning. That's the first of the ball game for Lawson State. We will head to the bottom of the 6th. Braxton Alexander back out there for his first complete inning of work. We'll be right back on the Vol State Sports Network. Heading to the bottom of the 6th inning. B.A., also known as Braxton Alexander, back out on the mound for the Pioneers. Came in and walked the 2 batters he faced, but bailed out with a pickoff by Drew Plummer down to first base with the bases loaded. to end the threat for Lawson State. Will Elrod back at the plate. Nobody on. And looks at a fastball up and away. Just saw a text that I received from a couple of the Vol State Lady Pioneer softball players are here. They've finished up. They were supposed to play 4 games down here in Alabama. And one of the games ended up getting canceled, I guess. Went 2-1. And a couple, Caitlin Davis and Anna Harrison, I understand, have come on over here to Birmingham to watch today's doubleheader. Swing and a miss on a 2-0 fastball by Alexander's. Struggling a little bit to get the ball over the plate. 2-1 pitch. It gets that one in there. Another swing and a miss. 2-2. Yesterday, the Lady Pioneers basketball team lost a tough one to Motlow State. But the men's team continued their great season. Got the win over the Motlow State Bucks in conference play. Full Count Ministries, Full Count. Again, stay tuned after the game. Well, the Full Count Ministries verse of the game. The pitch is outside, and Alexander not dial it in as of the first 3 batters. And that will end his afternoon. Coach McGuire gave him an opportunity, and 3 walks for a relief pitcher is about all I've seen Jim McGuire ever allow. So we'll have another Summit Concrete call to the bullpen when we return. The Vol State Sports Network, also simulcast on Lawson State's YouTube channel. I'm glad to provide the audio for the stream that is set up by my man Kendall here, the media specialist for Lawson State. Be right back. Top of the 7th we go, scheduled for 7. Ball State leads 7-0. I believe we have a new pitcher out there. Number 32 delivers the first pitch. It's outside. And who was that pitcher? Landon Jenkins, freshman from Dothan High School. It's called strike. Devin Thrain, Easton Denning, Gage Hoover scheduled to take on the young right-hander. Does not get the call on the breaking pitch on the outside corner. Thrain is 2 for 2, 3 RBIs on the day. Double in the first drove in a run. Sacrifice fly in the second drove in a run, and a double in the fourth drove in a run. And he's going to reach base with a walk here in the top of the 7th. Landon Jenkins will face one of the 2 left-handed batters for either team. So far, have not seen a left-handed batter for Lawson State. Denning and Lorenz, as he puts a charge into that one out to right field. It will one hop all the way to the wall. Extra bases for Denning. And here comes Devin Thrain with the 8th run of the ball game for the Pioneers. Easton Denning drives the ball into the gap. First pitch he's out of the hand of Landon Jenkins. Picks up an RBI. He's now 1 for 4 for the ball game. His first extra base hit of his collegiate career. It brings up Gage Hoover. Hoover 1 for 3 with an RBI. Looks at a high fastball. Thrain scored 2 runs on the day. Hoover looking to switch spots with Easton Denning. Not sure where that missed, but he looked like a changeup because he definitely had less velo on that one, but that was a good-looking pitch from where I'm sitting up here in the press box. Again, appreciate the hospitality of Lawson State, the baseball program, to allow me to sit up in their press box. Swing and a miss. Kendall Odom was handling basketball duties yesterday. The owner of IDDO Productions. Got a couple cameras up here and handling the audio. Swing and a miss on another changeup by Hoover. He's one of those electronically trained young men, Kendall is. Hoover cannot hold up on the breaking pitch, says Mr. Umpire behind the plate. Goes down swinging for his 2nd time in 4 plate appearances. First strikeout of the career of Landon Jenkins. It's out number 1, and it'll bring Hudson Blank to the plate. Blank looking for his first hit of the ball game. Swings at the first pitch he sees, fouls it off. Hudson 1 for 3 in yesterday's ball game. Freshman from Marissa, Illinois, played his high school, a couple years of high school baseball in Merritt Island, Florida. Couple checks at second of Denning. Changeup misses down. Posey loses momentary control of the baseball. Denning not going anywhere with an 8-run lead. Got a pinch hitter on deck. Carson Sanders, sophomore, looks like he's going to be hitting for Scotty Dean. Great breaking pitch right there. Buckled blank. Again, game 2 should start approximately 30 minutes after today's first game. Change up, missed down. Stay tuned. We'll have the Toyota of Gallatin player of the game announcement and the Full Count Ministries verse of the game. Ball 3, Full Count Ministries, full count to Hudson Blank, the freshman third baseman for Vol State. Ball 4. Blank reaches. And up steps number 20, Carson Sanders, the team barber. 5'11", 200-pound sophomore from Clarksville, Tennessee. Clarksville High School, I believe they're the Wildcats, a biology major. He's the son of a couple dentists, Jared and Jill Sanders, both colonels at Fort Campbell in the Army. Not sure if they're here or not. Big brother to Claire. He's getting his first look of the 2025 season. Breaking pitch misses low and away. Hello to Papa and Grandma down in Alba, Texas on Lake Fork, the Isaacs, and Pappy and Mammy in Houston, Texas. Carson, a very strong young man. Don't want to leave something in the zone, and he's going to be chomping it at the bit at this 2-0 pitch. He did 15 games a year ago, started 5. Again, a little bit up in the zone. He's looking at a 3-ball, no strike count. Hit 240, hit 3 doubles, a home run, 7 RBIs. Last year in the fall, hit 304. Tied for the team lead in home runs, and he looked at 4 straight out of the zone. And he'll walk on down to first base, back-to-back walks by Landon Jenkins. And that will bring Coach out of the dugout. We'll see if he's going to ask for the baseball. Denning moves over to third. Hudson Blank down to second. And Sanders down at first base. Elijah Harris will come up with 1 out and the bases juiced. He's 1 for 3. Sanders got in the game yesterday, did not get an at-bat, but came in to play first base in the, I believe that's the 9th inning that he came in. He did. Did not get a play over there at first base, but I anticipate he'd probably get a start in game 2 of the doubleheader. They're going to leave the young freshman Landon Jenkins out there. Alberto Gomez, he goes 2 innings of work, faced 7 batters, gave up only the infield single, no walks, struck out 4. Outstanding outing for the freshman Alberto Gomez. Now Landon Jenkins in a bit of a pickle. Bases loaded, 1 out. Elijah Harris, the free swinging middle infielder, looks at the first pitch down in the dirt. Nice stop by Posey behind the plate. Elijah Evans at third, Cam Nunley at short, Bryson Barnes at second, Carson Gilliland at first, in for Silas Amick, and Daniel Posey behind the plate. Catches ball 2. Left to right in the outfield, Isaiah Sims, Jesus, probably his twin brother, Jose Masecki out in center. Devin Lee at right field. Swing miss by Harris on the slow breaking pitch. Maybe I was thinking about the Alou brothers. Felipe Jesus and Jose, I believe. No, Matty was the other one. Swing and a miss again as Harris looks like part of his body is going away from the place. He's taking on those breaking pitches. Hadn't seen a lot of college breaking pitches yet. They'll have to dial in on that. Infield comes in and he waves again at another breaking pitch. And Jenkins gets a big strikeout. His second. That's the third time that Harris has gone down after singling on the first pitch he saw in the second inning. Tucker Lorenz comes to the plate looking for his first hit of the ball game. Had 3 of them in yesterday's game. 3 for 5. He's 0 for 2. The walk and a run scored. Nice stop there by Posey. Probably won't want to send the video in on the stop necessarily, but it was effective. Maybe not have been pretty, but it was effective. Bases are still jammed with Pioneer runners. Denning at third, Blank at second, Sanders at first. Secchi and Lee playing very deep in center and right. Hello. Let's get the 2-0 count up there. Again, the wind looks like it's coming third to right field. We don't have the benefit of the U.S. American flag up as Lorenz takes a hack at the 2-0 pitch. It was a little bit high in the zone, fouls it straight back. Boy, somebody's got to get patriotic and get a U.S. flag out there. All right? Somebody step up, be a leader right here, and let them know we need a U.S. flag out there in that flagpole. 2-1 pitch, swing and a miss. Gets out of the glove of Posey, but no runners can advance. And that breaking pitch has been the pitch for Landon Jenkins. Addison Goodman started the game. So Jenkins, the first pitcher without the last name that starts with a G on the mound. Goodman, Gomez, now Jenkins. Goodman went 4 innings, gave up 6 hits, 7 runs. By my count, only 5 of those were earned. Walked 1, struck out 5, and walked a batter. Sliced down to third base, easy play for Evans, who will grab the baseball and the ground ball and step on third for the third out. 1 run on 1 hit, the RBI double by Easton Denning. No errors, 3 runners left on base. We're headed to the bottom of the 7th. We'll try to keep it right here and tell you who we're thankful for and our sponsors for Vol State baseball. Line to Line and Game Time Sports Fields, very helpful to Coach Jim McGuire in getting the field ready. So field maintenance, they provide netting and padding in front of the dugouts and surrounding bullpens, and also dirt and conditioner and all kinds of other things needed for a college baseball field. Also, the rock-placed curbing edge also provide crushed rock and materials around the baseball field. A couple of former players of Jim McGuire while he was assistant coach and head coach at Middle Tennessee State, where he was for 26 years, 20 as an assistant, 6 as a head coach. So Lee Marbett at the Rock Place and Troy and Stacy Harp over at the curbing edge. Also like to thank Tommy Decker and their support over at Wilson Bank and Trust. He's also a former player at MTSU. He's a loan officer in Hendersonville. Jersey Mike's, we had our first sub of the game, Carson Sanders. Our Jersey Mike's first sub of the game, located at 940 Memory Lane in Gallatin. Michelle Fuller over in their marketing department, well known to the Vol State athletic staff. I want to thank her for their support. Also, I believe that's the best sub sandwich around. Love a number 9 Club Supreme on a wheat bread with some banana peppers on it. Located right across the street from Volunteer State. Accurate Mortgage, a couple locations, Cool Springs and Smyrna. Thanks to Mike Hoover. AccurateMTG.com. We're Ready for the bottom of the 7th. Bryant Rascal back out on the mound. First pitch swinging. Elijah Evans, who made the play to end the top of the 7th. Rascal pouring into strikes. Redshirt sophomore from Montgomery, Alabama. Pitching in his home state. Breaking pitch lifted down the right field line, out of play. Driven out to center field. If it stays up long enough, it won't. Thrain will have to play it on a hop. Base hit for Elijah Evans, also known as Eli Evans. He's 1 for 3. Just the 3rd hit of the ball game for Lawson State. Devin Lee stands in. Rascal now looking for a ground ball. Instead, it looked like Lee swung and hit that ball before it hit him in the thigh. Will Elrod Jose Jesus, I don't know why I want to change his name. Swing and a miss on the breaking pitch. Jesus Maseki, and now Eli Evans with the 3 hits in the ball game. Lawson State shut out in their 2nd game against Marion Military, 3-0. Trying to get a run on the board here in the bottom of the 7th, so as not to be shut out for the 2nd time in 4 games. Lost 5-4, 3-0, 9-7 yesterday to Vol State. Trail 8-0 here, showing 7-0 on the scoreboard here for some reason. I won't call out our scoreboard operator here, but if he makes the error again, no, I'm just kidding. I made the error yesterday. Jim. 2-2 count. Rascal looking over his right shoulder. Swing and a miss on a slow breaking pitch. Bryant Rascal picks up his 2nd strikeout. Pioneers scored 1 run in the 7th. After 2 in the 1st, 4 in the 2nd, and 1 in the 4th. Throw over to first. Runner is back. Rascal trying to end the game with a sneaky pick off to first. Actually, I wouldn't end it since we only have 1 out. Did end an inning with a pickoff from catcher Drew Plummer. We have a new batter here. It says Cam Nunley's spot, but who we got? Runner takes off, and a hit and run was on. Heads up over in the Pioneer dugout. Bubba. Don't call me Tony Lester Jr., call me Bubba Lester. Are you guys making it up? Just you're not trying to hang me out to dry, are you? Breaking pitch misses down to Lester, pinch hitting for Cam Nunley. Nunley goes 0 for 1, pop out in a walk. Fastball at the knees, called strike. Wonder if Devin Thrain realizes he's getting so much airtime on that center field camera. I'll have to let him know between games, although he may not be out there for the 2nd game of the doubleheader. Throw over to first. Denning applies the tag, but Evans back in time. Believe this is the first at-bat of the year for Bubba Lester. Nice backhand by Drew Plummer's been behind the plate and done a fantastic job all game long. Be interesting to see if, assume J.C. Menendez will be behind the plate in game 2. Lex Falsoni is still injured, nursing a lower body injury. Swing and a foul tip into and out of Plummer's mitt. It was shielded there, and thought Plum was able to make the snag there, but he put his head down. Should have known right away that he wasn't able to secure it. Kind of dropped his head down. Count remains 2 balls and 2 strikes, 1 out, 1 on. Bottom of the 7th. Final chance for the Cougars. Here's a ground ball right back to Rascal. He throws low to Lorenz, and another 1-6-3 Dudette double play to end the ball game. Nice play by Lorenz out there to get the low throw and make the turn. Rascal got rid of it very quickly, but a really, really nice turn by Tucker Lorenz, the freshman out there at shortstop, and Vol State wins 8-0 in game 1 of the doubleheader. Make that a final. In 7, the winning pitcher will be Jack McLaury. He will go to 1-0. No save to Rascal. Losing pitcher Addison Goodman. He falls to 0-2 on the season. Let's get to our Toyota of Gallatin player of the game. We might have to go with 2. We might have to go Jack McLaury, who went 4 2/3 innings, 2 hits, no runs, 3 walks, 4 strikeouts